too much we let our assumptions to lead us. Our assumptions is the one key factor in humanity that is preventing us to coming together and seeing in each other better and taking care of each other better and doing as a collective something better. We often look at the exterior and let those things that we see on the surface make our decisions, conclusions of that, and that is preventing us to taking the concrete action to actually finding it out what is the real exact truth. And often actually it is completely opposite what you think of it. Often those that show themselves as some kind of image, so to say strength in some kind of areas, actually those areas are very weak to them and where they need so much support and help. There are so many people that have these hard times in their life and had to create this some kind of strong image, make it on our own mentality, put certain kind of things aside and never showing weakness. But when you do that don't erase those feelings and emotions that you have deep down and those problems. And that need for coming together and having friends and people that understand you. And after all, we are all humans and we deserve attention and friends and people around us that coming together and taking care of each other and no matter what. And often we just also let our egos to come between us, thinking that that person have all good in his or her life and I don't have to give any more goodness to that because I feel like I don't have it. So much we let our imagination and all these things lead us, and how much harm that is causing to us, those others, but also to ourselves. And because we tend to take example from others, when we do that kind of behavior, those others will do that same to you back. And these kind of circles will keep forcing it in itself more and more, strengthening it. I would hope that we can give the possibility to truly find out the exact truth instead of assuming things. Just go to that person and just ask how are you and is everything okay? Finding out how well you come together what kind of connection you have. Have you any kind of common things and any kind of possibility to deepen your bond, so to say. And so many times, sadly, I just see how people come together and against somebody that outwardly is showing some kind of strength that is not necessarily true completely. Not giving any kind of possibility to that person to create any kind of bonds and deep bonds, and then just cast out and when truly that person have so much to give, and also that those others need from that person. We all have our own problems, things in life and in this hard world that we are living in. Instead of coming against each other, we should come together and try to see that complete image, that actual truth deep down, that is not often seen so easily on the surface level. When I'm talking about these things, I'm also talking from the personal perspective. In some reason, or many reasons, many in my younger years turned against me without me even for me to give them that possibility to show my true self. Because on the surface level, so many things appeared to work on me so well. But the truth was that I had in my very earliest years to go really through hard times and make it on my own, and I become very well to not showing the truth side of myself and always looks like that I have everything together so well. But I had that deep desire to, like all of us, to have those deeper bonds and have those connections and friends and people around me that support me and love me. And sadly, that many times did not happen. And I believe that one reason for it was because of these things that I'm mentioning on this video. Remember that what is on the surface level is not always the actual truth, but maybe completely opposite. Because those things that we try to show strength are actually those things that we try to hide so strongly with all that we have, because that is the actual place that we are hurting the most, and we don't want to experience it again, and then that is the reason why we try to hide it with anything with every way as possible. And I'm speaking again on my own experience. And I'm sure that many of you can relate to that in some way. We should understand that our mind and our brain, how it works, how we see things, it is not the exact truth many times, even if it could seem like that. And like in everything, the only way to find out the actual truth is to take concrete action instead of just dwelling in your mind, in your thoughts. There are so many around you that are needing that help and that connection and somebody to see them as they are, and they need your help. This life shouldn't be as some kind of really hard competition between each other, and even if somebody is so to say ahead of you, that doesn't mean that you have to try to fight against that person. But I have experienced and seen in my life and all around me that this world truly works for the best way possible when we come together as an individual level and also in a collective level. I believe truly that there is always balance in everything, and that satisfaction amount that we have, it will balance it out eventually always. That the Creator, the God, is taking care of us and taking care of all of these things, and we supposed not to be the one that is constantly worrying about these things and comparing, and then based on that acting. We should always try to think how we can serve the best way, not only ourselves but the collective, and how we can give more. Ultimately, the pros and cons, the goods and bads in us, eventually at least they will balance it out very well. We have all different strengths and weaknesses, and those shouldn't be the reasons that we will become against us, things that will divide us. I would truly hope that we can always give that possibility for everything to happen as a most beautiful way. When you have give that possibility, then you know exactly the truth, and then you have done everything that you can, and you can live in a satisfied feeling. Always remember that we all need each other, and no matter how well we are doing in our lives, there are always that need for connection, for coming together, needing help and in a different way of seeing. I want to thank you again so much for being with me today as always. So happy to give these messages and you for listening, and hopefully I can help you always some way. Truly hoping you all the best, and if you're interested about personal coaching in some kind of area, be free to always check out the description box below and ask any questions in the comment section. Always happy to answer them. But once again, I thank you and hopefully see you next time. Take care and thank you.